Live from Orlando, Florida, with a sore throat again this year. It's the third annual, very, very special, Here to Help Holiday Extravaganza with your hosts, Abby and Bryden.
Okay, so all I'm fucking saying is that you're looking at it from a player's perspective versus the DM's perspective.
But
the
I mean,
rules,
continue. I will
rules,
refute that after.
Look, like you should be quick as a DM. You should be quick as like, okay, I'm gonna stand up on a horse while I'm riding it. Okay, there's a skill, I can't remember, for like how good you are at horse riding. And then mainly I would say, hey, that's going to be
horse riding.
It's probably horse riding. And I'm going to be like, I'm not looking at the character sheets now and I haven't
Or like horse handling.
That would be more related to charisma, I would think, but I'd have to look. Is animal handling charisma related? I think it is, right?
I don't know. I would have to look. I'm not sure. It makes sense.
Might be
that
it's probably like wisdom though, honestly.
I would have to look. I mean, it's very druidy. It's being wisdom related.
It's probably wisdom. It's probably not charisma, but I'd be like, okay, that's an acrobatics or athletics fucking check, immediately. The rules are good as long as the DM is saying like all this stuff very quickly. And isn't trying to argue with you, and you're welcome to argue like, wouldn't it be this, and then you can check the rule book. But who wants to be a rules lawyer? I agree. It does break immersion when you do that, but it should be okay.
I think that people have a tendency to do that if you're sitting there announcing, okay, we have to do an acrobatics check, we have to do a horse handling check, or whatever. You like if you like those stats extra as a DM, then don't say it out loud. Then maybe that would be fine.
But if I have your character sheets in front of me, then yeah, I wouldn't. I would do that. But like, I think it's fair because there's a lot of characters. You got like 4 fucking people typically sitting there with you. What's the biggest campaign you've ever played? I mean, I've played with 6 people before. That's too many.
I
wasn't the DM for that.
6, yeah, 6.
6 is a lot, so I gotta fucking go through everybody's character sheet. But yeah, as the DM, you're supposed to go, okay, look, good, that's what it is, and yes, you can do that, or no, you can't.
No, you shouldn't even be saying that. See, I think we have a fundamental disagreement about the game of Dungeons and Dragons because, real quick,
because when I say no, you can't, that's not the way that it's
right.
said.
What do you? Right. What you say is you attempt to do that, and this is what happens, right?
Yes. Yeah, and it doesn't fucking work out if you. Although if somebody rolls a 20 or a 1. You should tell them.
Oh, well, you tell them what happens based on it. Yes.
Yeah, but
it's going to be.
But you should let them know ahead of time. A 1 especially. That way everybody's like, oh, no. Because, I mean, dude, I've rolled a 1 trying to order a beer at a tavern, and I fell on my face.
Yes,
all right?
That's always
That's
fun,
what
yes.
happens. Critical failure is you roll a
Yeah.
1, something terrible happens.
Critical fail, you fell on your face is a fine thing to say. Sure. I just wanted to double check on that. But the thing is that all of that is extra steps to get to how the game was originally anyway, without all those clunky things. Like I in my brain, because I'm a sentient being with knowledge and wisdom in my head, I can use reason, I can use logic, right? I do not need to sit here and be like, okay, so these 3 skills are associated with it. Let me check all of those and stuff. Like I can in my head understand what the problems with standing on the horse wearing plate mail and trying to leap onto a wagon are.
Then don't do it.
And I can do that. It's a role-playing game, right?
So
I do
don't
not
do
need
it then
those clunky stats, which were again added later. Right?
Oh, later when the game
they're
became
not necessary.
Added later when the game became popular?
Oh yes, because popular things are better. Popular equals better.
No, I'm
and
just saying
people have been
it's
complaining about it since then because they keep adding things and doing weird things, and it's just to keep selling.
So
it's not because it makes the game better.
Pick a version. All I'm saying is if we do like, I have a new idea, and I would love, here to help listeners, if we could get together a fucking D&D campaign. I will probably not DM that motherfucker. I mean, listen, I might, we're only doing modules if I fucking DM. We're only doing, also, you still gotta fucking read those things, which is super irritating.
And plan for them, yeah.
Well, because D&D is so fun, but it's, you go into a fucking, hey, guess what? You go into a fucking cavern and there's a bunch of empty cups and there's a suspicious painting on the wall. And everybody's like, I cast detect magic on the cups. And you're just like, eat shit, you dumb motherfucker. I didn't go in the room yet.
I know. The worst for us, I remember one time, it only happened for one session of this campaign because it was so annoying, but so my husband was DMing and he had put a few trap doors and spike traps under and secret doors in a dungeon. So the next session we had a 10-foot pole, we had rope, every inch of that floor was getting poked, and that was just okay, I'm sorry, it's, can you just move? It happened one time.
DMing is so fun because it's you realize what pieces of shit everybody are. Yeah. You're just that's it. Yeah. That's insane. That's an insane
we're just going to sit here for the entire 5-hour session poking the floor and walls and touching every inch of wall, and maybe that candle, maybe that'll do something. And
pull
every book off of this bookshelf.
Well, the thing is, as a DM, you got to be okay, fucking roll for it, and you're just please roll a fucking 1. So it just you just something bad happens. You take damage because you fucking fall, you jackass. DMing is so much more fun than playing in a lot of ways. But yeah, I mean, it's a responsibility. You shouldn't take it too much in it's really not that big of a deal. You're just playing a game. It's really not that big of a deal.
It becomes a big deal if you have a player who's constantly trying to metagame and sabotage you. But at that point, just kick the guy out.
No, I just, I don't know. Every time I DM'd, what I really liked was I wouldn't try to push the story forward. I mean, I would, but it's every few sessions, somebody gets the spotlight, something happens. And then, but like I was telling you off air, was if you reach some big monster, right? He's the head of the dungeon or what the fuck ever, I wouldn't really keep hit points for that. I knew how many they had, but as long as, the monster got to do something cool and everybody got to do something cool.
You want people to enjoy themselves. If you're behind a screen, then they can't see the dice anyway.
Yeah,
for the monster, at least.
But you need to have a DM screen always, for basic stats, and then also just so people can't see. Another thing I always like to do, which is a common thing DMs do, just randomly roll dice.
It's just to annoy them, just every now and then. Or just
just go. No, you're fine.
Oh.
Just randomly roll a dice. And you're
Continue.
You're fine. Everything's cool. Is very fun. But
the thing is, you were talking earlier how you wouldn't just like party wipe, but you do. You do have to let people die sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sometimes people die. Sometimes people die.
I lost a character on like session 3 one time.
Oh, tragic.
Pissed, and it wasn't even my fault. So my freaking cousin-in-law. Okay, I don't know why I'm pointing. He's not anywhere. I pointed out the window.
You did point out the window.
That way. I'm sorry. But he's just like, we got into a situation, right? We get trapped on this hill. Very stupid to go up on the hill. I understand that. The orcs are coming from all directions of the hill. He abandons me.
Nice.
And in the fire, he like shot off a spell or something running away and he hit me. And like, That was just fine, I guess. My character just had to die.
It's tragic to lose a character, and then also it's really tragic when the party doesn't bring your character back for resurrection.
Well, and the other thing is too is I have to make a new character. I joined the party in another way, and nobody ever mentions my character again. There's no like he killed that bitch. There's no like there's no consequences. There's no I didn't exist. Like their friend gone.
That's a fucking shit. I will say, Corbin Silverkin, as far as I remember, my halfling rogue, has never died. He has never died.
Oh, very exciting.
Yeah, usually just gets kicked out of D&D campaigns. So
yeah,
people have to say, I guess he just stole your shit and left. Corbin Silverkin is great. I don't have a name for my fucking paladin, but he's like always the same guy because all paladins are the same guy, like that's my I guess it's Tav in Baldur's Gate 3 that I'm playing right now because they just generated a name. But yeah, I'm just playing because I'll do a fucking a halfling rogue or a fucking paladin every time, which is total.
Yeah, that's very specific. I will change or I'll listen for like what other people are picking and try to round out the party and be like, oh, cool, I try something new.
So you play a cleric all the fucking time because that's what every party needs.
I have played a cleric before.
Nobody likes playing cleric for some reason.
Because it just, I don't know, it's kind of lame.
It's not lame. It's actually a really good class.
It is, but like you don't get to do like the cooler spells. And
are you serious?
At
higher levels, you do the coolest spells. Divine Intervention.
At higher levels?
Divine Intervention?
We're starting at level 1. How many years do you think I'm playing this cleric for?
I mean, I don't know.
2 years, by the way.
Clerics are pretty great. They do great. Divine Intervention is one of the strongest spells in the game. You literally call upon a god to do a wish for you.
Yeah, I've never gotten there.
As long as you, if I remember correctly, as long as I think it's a D20 you roll, and as long as it's below your character's level, and you have to roll a percentage die, and I forget the percentage that it has to be, but
nobody cares. It's fine.
That's true. We're being very boring on the show.
All of this started because Bryden was talking about how he might want to play D&D sometime, but he doesn't have the time. And I was like, hey, you should look into retro clones. You should look into Labyrinth Lord. And he's just like, well, I love 3.5 and I will die on this hill because stats. I like stats. I'm autistic. I'm an autistic man. I
just think that's how it should happen.
It's not how it was originally made. It's not how it's made in the second edition.
That's not how
it didn't happen.
It doesn't slow the game down unless you have a bad DM.
It makes the immersion break immediately.
It does not.
The fights suck with it.
They don't if you have a good DM. I'm sorry that every DM that you've worked with has fucked you, but like it's easy stuff.
I played one 3.5 campaign and I thought it was dumb and gay.
Well, you know what? I think you're dumb and gay. So
that's fair.
It's fucking stupid. But anyway, if anybody wants to get together, here to help, fucking Dungeons and Dragons thing. If I have to, I'll DM. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try to get somebody else to do it.
Yeah, it would be nice if someone else could DM.
We just run.
Cask.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he played D&D one time and he hated it.
Okay, then we're not letting him DM.
Yeah, he's not a D&D guy. He's a fucking He plays a lot of RPGs, but it's just like Japanese shit with like big titties and stuff. That's who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That makes sense.
I don't. He doesn't though. I mean, but whatever. I hate that about him. There's a lot of things I don't like about this guy, but he's one of my.
It's not surprising though.
No, it's insane that he's that type of a person. But anyway, if anybody wants to play D&D, I'm fucking.
And we can't do. Okay, look, and also just because we're talking about D&D anyway. 1-to-1 time was not invented in the last 5 years. Just because that's not how you played it the first time you played does not mean it's new. Okay. Anyway, but 1-to-1 time, not something we're doing. Don't care how obsessed you bro us are.
Hold on.
Folks.
Explain 1-to-1 time because I don't remember
one day
that.
in real life is one day in the game. So if it's a week between sessions, it's been a week. It makes sense if you can consistently play for a long time or if you have stuff you want to do with that. But when so my mom played D&D. My step grandpa, so my mom's stepdad played D&D. Like we have several generations in my family. 1-to-1 time is not this mysterious uncovered gem. It just sucks unless you have a very specific type of group who plays completely consistently and a certain type of campaign.
No, that's fucking dumb.
And that's why it was abandoned. So you fuckers, you want to come at me again, you do it. Go ahead. I will win.
That's fucking stupid.
They get so heated about this.
Sometimes people, no, that's fucking stupid because it's like I don't know. It's fucking because I will do, especially to push the story forward. I'm like, look, it's starting to get fucking late in the town. Maybe I ought to go to the inn where this dude is that I really need you to talk to.
Yeah.
It
makes more sense to do stuff like that in game, and also, again, you couldn't do anything at night. Like if you're actually being strict with it, which I don't think anyone is that strict with it, but the gist is like time in between sessions is real time, right? And I think that you would have to wrap your campaign around that. And so obviously it's not good for every campaign in every group. And anyway, these guys are acting they discovered fire and no one has ever discovered fire before. And I'm just like, you're stupid.
Well, that's
very heated.
I mean, that honestly sucks shit because it's like, oh yeah, you guys have been standing in the town square for 2 weeks since Todd had to work on Thursday, so we couldn't play.
Yep. We did this before for one campaign. I don't even know if it lasted the whole campaign, and it would be like, in that time, I did this with my gear and my money, so it did help with all buying and selling. We didn't have to role play going into the pawn shop so much, but that's really the one benefit.
And also, again, from the DM perspective, if that's not working for the fucking players, just make a rule that it's okay, in between sessions, look, this is the shit that I stole. You don't have to roleplay every goddamn thing. You're gonna be like, this is the shit that I want to unload, and I'll be like, okay, and I'd roll for how much you're gonna fucking get. Yeah. That's super easy. I've never played a campaign that didn't have heavy homebrew rules because it's supposed to be fun,
Yes.
But I still stand by, I'm sorry, we build a world with rules and there are you can do fantastical things and sometimes you get extremely lucky, just like in real life, where you can stand up on a horse and jump to another horse, like in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Clunky rules that break the immersion to.
They don't though. I'm just
have rules. They're extra rules.
No, I'm gonna give you an acrobatics check, and then which is related to dexterity, so I don't need to do. Well, I would do a fucking saving throw on that because.
So there you go. No, we're getting to the core right here, related to dexterity.
Yeah.
Dexterity check. That's the simple original way to do it, is literally just having your stats and not a whole list of 20 other stats that you have to level up on individually.
It's got to be acrobatics.
You're just being autistic.
It's got to be acrobatics, and then I would say a dexterity saving throw, probably.
Yes, you do dexterity saving throws. You don't need all the rest of it to do what you're
doing a really specific thing. Your
yes,
character should
and you are
have
again
to know how to do that.
Sentient creature who can use your brain to work it
But
out.
that- but
and you don't
no.
have to have 20 stats with numbers next to you to figure out how to do that. And
No,
actually,
here's the
if
thing.
we're doing that, you
You're
need more
losing this
stats.
argument.
You need more stats.
You're losing this argument. We don't need more.
Double the stats.
You're losing this argument. The reason is that you would need, that list of stats is because that's a very specific thing that you're trying to do that your character should, be able to accomplish. And it like the example is pretty ridiculous, but you have a real chance of being lucky, which, is just like real life. You have a real chance of being very lucky to do that.
You don't need the stats to do that.
You do, because if I just dumb down all that stuff,
it's not dumbed down. It's overcomplicated in 3.5. Going with the more closer to the original rules is not dumbing down something that existed.
This is not
what you're talking about is the overcomplicated version of something. It's not dumbing it down to use how it was originally intended.
We're not trying to find the original version of Christianity, okay? Things in Vegas are better.
It's similar, okay?
Oh, let's just go back to its fucking Warhammer game. That's crazy. I'm telling you, a good DM, I know how to run it. And I would go, this is what I need. And it would be like that. Just real quick.
A good DM
could
make it work. Yes, that doesn't make it the ideal system.
I need you to roll this and this is what I need. And then it would probably be like, okay, so I would do, again, acrobatics, jumping off of the horse. First of all, I do the horse handling to stand up on the horse. And I need a penalty from your fucking armor, depending on what you're wearing. And then acrobatics to jump to the other horse. And then I'm going to need a luck roll. Because that's an insane fucking thing to do.
And somehow it worked. That was the 3.5 campaign, by the way.
Yeah.
That's why I was so annoyed by it. Because it was just so clunky. And I was just like...
Why? It's an insane thing to do.
We're storytelling here. We're weaving a story.
But, I mean, would you... if I can do it quickly, it's the same and
if you
more
can handle
fair than if I'm just, I roll a d6 and I go, no, you didn't roll a 6. Get out of here. You die. That's gay.
If I was concerned about fairness, I wouldn't be playing D&D.
We are 22 minutes into the fucking podcast, so that's a good place to end the D&D stuff. It is nothing but pain. Yeah, I agree.
You cannot go into it with that mindset. Again, third session, killed by my own best friend.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not a great game to play. You get really attached to made up things, and it's taken from you. Yeah.
And your party members are constantly thieving. They're thieving from you. Like, oh, did she see that I found that extra gold? No? All right. I'm just going to slip it in my bit. Like, fuck you.
Well,
I heard that. My character didn't hear that, but I heard that.
Don't fucking hang around with rogues. See, that's why, listen.
He wasn't a rogue. He was a human fighter. It didn't make any sense. He just was an asshole.
Just true neutral. Yeah.
Yes.
Look, I swear. And here's the thing. And this is, if there's a Here to Help Dungeons and Dragons, I will play a paladin, which is the opposite of, who I am as a guy. But, paladin is amazing. One, they're powerful characters. And then two, they often really screw everything up for everybody by being too lawful good.
Well, yeah, because they have these strict rules about it. But,
it would break my oath if I allowed you to steal.
Yeah, they're killjoys. I don't like it.
I love paladins. It's super fun to be disruptive.
I'm sorry, I can't handle this because my husband walked in here and this is not a D&D podcast, and that's what he's listening to right now. He's just getting some comfy shorts from the drawer.
Tell him I said hello. He told me about this.
He's gone now.
Told me about this quantum chip. I was bugging him the other day, which he's a staple of the podcast. And here's what I said.
Yeah, we just talk about how we both are constantly annoying
just
him in
various
ways. Yeah.
Google made this fucking quantum processing chip thing. I don't know anything about it. And all the dumb guys that I listen to are saying, they're like, it's solving problems by pulling from other universes. And I'm like, well, that's fucking fake. That sounds fake, right? And I was like, yo, Egghead, have you heard about this fucking Willow thing?
Yeah? What did he say?
Well, no, he finally responded to me. He goes, yeah, you responded to me about other stuff. He made fun of me that the Vultures 2 album was bad, but he goes,
you deserved it.
Well, I didn't say it was good. It was bad. He said, he was like, yeah, I heard it was a good year for rap. I'm like, if you're fucking 20, but yeah, he goes, I'm like, okay, this quantum chip, fucking, what's that about? He goes, it's just fast math, right? He goes, yes, it does a certain simple computations incredibly fast. The most notable use case is brute forcing algorithms, which I like. That's a hacking term. Like that's just you try so many.
He's talked to me about this before about how soon basically everything can be hacked at all times. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Like it's just not going to matter soon.
I think like he's a real smart dude. There's a lot of things he's not very smart about, like human emotions and stuff. But other things.
He's just autistic. Who am I going to marry? Really?
He's legitimately might be a little autistic. Also, after I called him Egghead, I realized that that might be a ball joke. That
I didn't think you meant it like that. He's a little eggy.
I didn't mean it like that. But I was like, he didn't respond. Like, oh my god, do you think he's making fun of his? I know he's self-conscious about it. You know why? Because I'm very in tune with human emotions.
Yeah.
I get to
No, he probably didn't think twice about it. No, I wouldn't worry about it. Recently, also, I don't think he really cares that much. Like, recently, I was just like, it makes a funny sound when you pat it.
Do not do that to that man. That's so shitty to do.
It's fun. I don't know.
All I know is I guarantee that dude, whether you know it or not, actually likes me.
Well,
everyone likes me. Everyone likes me, and they find me interesting. I don't think that
he wouldn't be this nice to you if he didn't like you. Right? Trust me.
Talking to him, I'm like, listen, we got seriously stereo wideners.
Also, can we talk about how he worded the messages you were reading out loud? He just, oh my gosh, he was talking about work with a coworker the other day, and I felt so bad, but I was feeling my eyes glaze over and feeling myself disassociate and being like, no, Abby, no, look at him, pay attention. And a few seconds later, I'm just drifting in. I'm like, no, look at his face. That will help. And it's just because it's freaking technical mumbo jumbo. I don't understand the terms and phrases. How can you pay attention to another language you don't understand? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've told him about it later. I was like, look, I'm sorry if I seemed rude, but involuntary. I could not stop it.
Well, that's something that for the men out there. Also, we still haven't said hello and Merry Christmas, but
hello everyone and welcome. Merry Christmas. We love you. We were it was an important conversation.
I still think that I'm correct on this, but also I wanted to get this one out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. Santa Claus is coming for that ass.
Oh no. I told my kids one year because they were like, Mom, we don't do Santa, but what if he was real and he did come down the chimney? I was like, well, honey, that's breaking and entering, and then I would shoot him. And they're just like, what?
Well, that's even on Christmas. You shouldn't, home invaders are not good on account of that. Because home invaders, one of their favorite things is to rape.
Well, not just that, but to steal presents. Legitimately, Christmas time is a time for break-ins because it's just easy grab things, you know?
If somebody breaks into your home on Christmas.
Not on Christmas Day, but around then, people will come and take your presents.
No, I get that. Yeah. But if they break into your home and they don't rape, you should count that as a fucking, that's terrible. You don't want that to happen. You gotta
it's an insult though.
Call the insurance.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, you got to call the insurance thing. But I mean, well, no, it's not an insult. I guess. I mean, Jesus, that was darker than I was gonna take it.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's where my mind immediately went. Maybe there's something wrong with
women's minds seem to always go to rape. I don't know why they like it. Like women. Love rape.
No, we don't.
Oh my God.
You like horror movies?
Yes.
It's that.
I would also love to be murdered.
Yes. See, it's exactly that. So.
Well, mine is, I have like this philosophical fucking like moral conundrum about being alive. I think that it is immoral to do
most
actions.
People aren't
and
that insane.
I mean, so like if somebody could just snuff that out from me, that would be fine. Also, that would be dying slowly of disease, which is more likely.
Yeah, well, that's, the silent killer.
Disease?
I don't know. I don't know. There was a story I read
disease
where like Angelina Jolie was really depressed. And so she hired a hitman to kill her, and he felt really bad for her and like convinced her to live or something. I read an article about that once.
Was this a movie instead?
I'm not taking this. No, she talked about it in an interview that she literally hired. I think it was her. That she literally hired a hitman online, and he was just like, "Look, lady, this is not quite how this works. Like, I don't think you should be killing yourself. Like, I'll kill somebody else for you, but."
I like to think that, like, if that did happen, which it absolutely did not.
She's spouting it off. I don't know, man.
Yeah, she used to have a serious cocaine problem. And if you don't believe me, look at how rubbing her fucking vagina up against Billy Bob Thornton she used to be in this interview back in the day. She was coked out of her mind. Which, hey, no hate for being coked out of your mind. Like, if you want to do cocaine out there, I just want to say this for the Bry Dogs and the ad bitches. You want to do cocaine, I mean, good luck. It's a dangerous road. But
yeah, I get nosebleeds because the air is slightly dry. There's no way I wouldn't have problems.
Oh, I think if you did a line of coke, you would. I almost guarantee that you would go, this is what I do now.
just done now. That's what I've never done. I never will. I did get offered one time in class. So we were in the computer lab in school. And this guy who I was friends with was just like, hey, you want to do a line? He just has a computer desk. It was weird. I said no. I didn't want to get caught, but he didn't get caught.
Well, yeah. I mean, once you sniff it, it's gone.
Yeah.
Be like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know, just goofing around. Also, say hello to my little friend. That is a great bit that people are going to get. You don't get the Scarface reference.
What do you mean? I've seen Scarface.
No, you haven't.
What do you? Okay, whatever.
Only men can watch Scarface.
Well,
women can't. Women. No, you see a different movie. 2 screen.
That's fine.
It's 1 screen, 2 movies. All right. Women.
I believe you on that. Actually, with that movie in particular, there's a few of them. For example, Escape from New York.
Sure.
I think I also was watching a different movie there. Assault on Precinct 13.
Never
similar. All those action movies with in between, like a combination of words.
No.
But this friend also was dragged kicking and screaming by the collar of his shirt by the campus police a different time though. He did.
Well,
he was just like, "You can't touch me. You're gonna hear from my mom's lawyer," like screaming all the way down the hallway, and the cops just like, yeah, like literally, like at one point he tried to push the cop. He got shoved to the ground. It was great.
Listen.
He deserved it. He was being an asshole.
But somebody on cocaine was being an asshole?
Being an asshole. He deserved it.
That
was a fun day.
Listen, here's the thing. I love Bill Cosby's stand-up. I'm a big fan of his rapes as well. But
no.
I don't think that I don't think he did those. Honestly, I think that they set him up because he was trying to bet NBC. But it's a black conspiracy. All right, I'm in touch with black conspiracy.
That was a really big blow to the black community, losing Cosby.
Yeah, because it's bullshit. He didn't rape those girls. He didn't fucking rape them. That was a fucking. He was trying to buy NBC. It was a fucking lie.
I mean, I don't know if he did or not.
He didn't rape them. Also, they were like, "Oh, he was generous enough to invite me back to his hotel room, give me Quaaludes and wine." It's like you knew what was gonna happen. If somebody gives you Quaaludes and wine and you're in their hotel room, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen?
My other thing,
hold on. Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
If Bill Cosby invited me back to his hotel room and gave me Quaaludes and wine, I would assume he wants to fuck my ass.
Yeah, but the thing for me though is it's a little confusing when these things happen. It's got to be a very specific fetish thing, right? Because
why?
Because he's Bill Cosby. What do you think a woman is going to your room to take Quaaludes and wine for? Why do you need the Quaaludes?
No,
is what I'm asking.
Look, because Quaaludes. Also, you're imagining Bill Cosby from the way we know where he's just a good old boy and he's old and shit. No, this was Bill Cosby in his 30s. He was not. He go look at his old stand-up. He was
no, yeah,
he was
yeah. I
pretty
don't know
filthy.
why what does that have to do with what I'm saying is I don't understand why the big rich celebrity with all this pull would need to do the drugging part.
Because he was also doing Quaaludes and drinking liquor and wine.
Right, but I thought the whole thing was that he was drugging them, not that they were doing drugs together.
That's the big
That's
lie.
what I'm saying.
That's the big lie about Cosby is that he people were like, "Oh, he's slipping him into the drinks." No, he wasn't. He was like, "Hey, I've got fucking drugs and alcohol. You want to take them?" And they were like, "Fuck yeah." And then they had sex. And then, people came forward later and all of this. Hey, he might have, done a couple.
See, I thought the whole thing was that he was secretly drugging them.
He was not. He was not. Everybody did Quaaludes back then. It was just what you did. And apparently Quaaludes make sex amazing. They don't make Quaaludes. There's no analogs that I'm aware of. I would love to do a Quaalude. The last bit of Quaaludes that they fucking found were after the what were those stones that got blown up? Somebody did that, but that was 25,000.
The Georgia Guidestones?
Yes, when those got blown up, you know what they found under them? 25,000 Quaaludes.
Oh,
so,
okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to do a Quaalude. I used to be a psychonaut. I fucking love chemicals. All of that. I don't do that anymore, but because I'm fucking almost 40. But I'd love a Quaalude. Never fucking had one. If I had one, Jesus Christ, I'd love it. Me and Erica at a Quaalude, and we sit down, and I hear sex is amazing on it. I don't know how Quaaludes feel, but apparently it's amazing and no hangover. They're apparently the best.
I'm really sorry for you. You sound very upset about this.
I am every fucking day upset about the fact that I've never had a Quaalude. I've had drugs you've never heard of. They're just like a fucking series of numbers. I've never had a Quaalude. And I don't know, experiences. You get to watch paintings move and stuff. It's great. But
we got an AI for that now.
Yeah, it's not the same though. Bill Cosby didn't rape, what was it, 39 women?
I have no idea.
He didn't
I don't know
rape.
much about the case. I don't look into these things, believe
Well,
it or not.
the state lied about him, and now he's out.
Yeah, that seemed like a pretty big fuck up on their part.
Yeah, because it was bullshit. Bill Cosby innocent, bro. He seriously didn't rape these women. I mean, maybe a couple.
And that's nothing to you.
Well, no, it is. If he did those, then yeah, he should be in fucking jail unless the state lied about him. But which they did. I just don't think he did it. From jump, I've been like, fucking Bill Cosby was fucking set up.
Are I mean, lots of people think Michael Jackson was, for sure.
He absolutely
That one
was.
has some legs.
Yeah, he absolutely was fucking set up. He didn't molest kids. He was weird as fuck, but he didn't molest kids.
Lots of weirdos are out there. Also, like,
there's
artists
no
in general.
real evidence.
And his childhood was
not great. Yeah, his dad was really bad. There's no real fucking evidence. That, like, I watched Leaving Neverland. That's fucking bullshit. Like, that's... Oh, yeah, he fucking, jacked off, and one time he made me lick his asshole. This is fucking fake, dude. There's no real evidence. He didn't do it. He was just a weird dude. I don't know. I'm a fucking weird dude. Nothing in my house is, like, pedophile looking. Some of it's a little, like, terroristy looking, but, like, I'm not a terrorist,
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're not a terrorist.
If I died, people would come into my house and they go, well, this guy's black.
Yep.
They would.
No, all your smoke detectors are running in operation. I can't say the same here.
I mean, they would. They'd be like, I don't hear a chirp. But
did you notice that it was after you told me that if I didn't put the fucking thing back in the ceiling next time we recorded, if you saw that it was still out, you would freak out on me? That's when I moved the desk to another angle. I don't know if you noticed that you never saw it again because I moved the desk.
I did not think about that. No, I didn't think about that. I mean, you should do that. Your house is going to burn down.
It's just the one.
Don't burn candles in that room.
Okay. I mean, I do.
Fire is so goddamn important.
It is. It's very important.
It's fucking crazy. But yeah, look, Bill Cosby, innocent. That's all I know. That's the name of the episode. Is I'm going to use the Kanye tweet. Bill Cosby, innocent. 5 exclamation points.
Here we go.
Whatever.
It's just D&D talk for half the episode.
I mean, it is.
Oh, man. Okay, what are we doing? How are we doing on time?
We got 20 minutes left.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, okay. Well, let's read some text messages I got.
Okay. Let's do this. I mean, I'm going to have to make a fucking drink soon, to be honest with you.
No, we're going to finish out the episode. You're going to be fine.
We'll see what happens.
Morning.
We'll see what happens. It's noon. It's noon, but we'll see what happens.
Goodness gracious. Okay, so we got some feedback. I got a string of text messages while a dear listener, previous guest on this show, was listening to our podcast for the last 2 weeks.
And we call her previous guest instead of friend of the show, like all the people that.
Oh yes, friend of the show.
No, she's not. She's not.
She's friend of me. She's my friend.
She's friend of you.
Abby.
She's not my friend.
Well,
not
yet.
Not a fan of this particular person.
Okay, well, that's very rude.
I don't know. Rude. You know what else is? We don't have to get into it. You know what else is very fucking rude?
Okay, look, we're moving on. Mistakes were made. Yeah, we're past it
not
now.
On my part until Thursday when I totally botched a whole night's work. That sucked.
Did. Do you want to talk about that?
Bill Gates is a faggot. That's all I could fucking say. I'm sorry.
Fault.
We had to use. It was my fault.
We had audio problems, and so last week we couldn't put the beautiful, wonderful, very good, insane, honestly. Like, I tried to explain.
Much better than this episode.
Dude, I tried to explain it to Koshka too while I was typing it up. I was like, man, this sounds really good. Like,
it was great. And then all we have is just me going, I'm Jewish. God. Like that's
well, yeah, the big reveal in the bonus episode too. You don't have my screaming in reaction or anything.
Yeah, no, it's fucking horseshit.
So, Bryden is sorry for ruining it.
I am sorry for ruining it. And they got rid of WordPad on because people use that. So let's get rid of it. Thank you, Bill Gates, you fucking faggot. I think I said some other words in the Discord about who he was too.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna say those.
They were racist. He's not even that race.
No, it's not any of the races that you mentioned. Yeah. So, Fantifa is the best thing I've ever heard Bryden has said on the podcast.
Don't remember saying.
They were ghosts or something. Ghost Antifa, Fantifa.
Oh, Phantom.
I thought that was pretty good when it
happened. I remember that. Yeah, I don't remember why it came up, but yeah, I am also very funny. I agree.
You do have to remember, everyone, that both Bryden and I have this problem where during recording, we're just manic and just talk. Like everything that we want, like that we think just comes out. And then as soon as we're done recording, can't remember any of it.
It's gone.
Just like, just dumped it all on you guys. It's your problem now. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I said.
Well, you know what that is? That's called being a professional and separating your real life from, the work that you do. And I mean, the problem is that it does bleed into whenever we do, it's like, oh, let's just fucking chit chat between episodes. And you remember what we talked about this morning? Because I fucking don't. No. It was just it just became Dungeons and Dragons.
It was mostly Dungeons and Dragons. Well, we were heated. We were a little heated. You guys missed like half of that conversation.
Yeah, there was some heated conversation. Abby didn't know what the fuck she's talking about, and yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Well, you're an asshole.
Okay, I am the third generation D&D player.
That's fine. That's fine. But you just don't know. You just haven't had a good DM, and which is totally fine.
Are you insulting my husband? He was my DM when we started dating. Okay, I married the man. Are you saying that is not evidence of him being good at it? I married the dungeon master.
Get him in here and ask him what checks he would fucking do if somebody stands up from a horse while they're riding and jumps to another horse. Okay?
I mean, I could just ask him to relate his side of that situation since he was the DM when I was doing that shit.
Just, ask what it...
I'll ask him about it later so that I can tell everybody. How about that?
Okay, that's fair. I mean...
All right. And then Daisy texted me, bitch always calls me fat and gay. Well, our eyebrows are fine, okay?
Our eyebrows. Our eyebrows.
Yours are not. You need to they're so light. It looks like you don't have any. You should dye them. You know what girls who have blonde eyebrows do is they get just for men and dye them like the color of my eyebrows.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm 37 years old. If I start dyeing my eyebrows now, it's going to be weird.
You should dye your eyelashes, too.
People are going to bring that up. They're going to be like, hey, why do you have eyebrows suddenly?
Where did those come from?
Yeah, I'm fully aware that, I got blonde eyebrows. It ain't great. But, you can't just I mean, if I move to a new town.
See, that's an option. That's always an option. But my main point there was just that you don't get to talk shit about my eyebrows or Daisy's.
Oh,
Yours are really bad.
Yeah, I'm a man, so nobody cares. I can also be fat. Nobody gives a shit. Yeah. As long as I'm so bad. Listen, I am a man. I exist solely to just give money to other people. And as long as I do that, I'm valuable. So
you know what? You're right. You guys are always complaining about that, but seriously.
No, it sucks. It's not great.
We're not expecting much.
Well, I don't think that we're expecting much from you other than have eyebrows that don't look like those.
Look, in the same day.
Guys are really into eyebrows, by the way. Guys are so into eyebrows.
I don't care if the guys like my eyebrows, women like my eyebrows. I get complimented on my eyebrows by women, and that feels good. Men don't know good eyebrows, so their eyebrow compliments would be valueless anyway because they have no understanding of the topic.
Well, guess what? You're in luck. Because I don't think any guy who is straight is going to go, girl, great eyebrows.
That's true. I can't think of any straight man that has done that. That's fair.
And even most of the gays with your eyebrows or her eyebrows.
My eyebrows are good. Women tweeze the shit out of their eyebrows to get my shape, okay? Mine are just like that.
Yeah, also mine are just like that, and then I go about my day. Because I'm not the Joker. I don't need to fucking figure out my expression before I go out.
Yeah, my eyebrows are good. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, women are retarded. That's the end of that one.
But
Women
you're right,
stupid.
Men can be as fat as they want. Women are not allowed to do the same thing the same day. Like a few days ago, my feed was full of 2 topics on Twitter, just 2, okay? And they were a fat man, I guess if some fat teenager or something was going on a date with flowers, and there were a bunch of people making fun of him for being like, because he was like going on a first date and he's got a bouquet of flowers and he said, I'm all bricked up or something. This is just stupid. And people were making fun of him.
Well,
good for him.
Well, that's funny, but like, good for him. He got a date. Like, bring your
He
flowers.
did. He said it went well. He did an update and stuff.
Good.
But because people made fun of him.
Why would somebody fucking make fun of the guy?
I haven't gotten to the annoying part. The making fun of him is not nice, and that should not happen. Those people are assholes.
That. Yeah, don't
He's
fucking
trying,
do that.
He's doing a great job. But you know what I think is just as mean is the like hundreds of quote tweets of women basically claiming that, oh, you guys are so wrong because he is so dreamy. He would just clean up everywhere and he's such a hunk and like I would love this man. And it's like no, you're lying. That's like telling the weird girl in school that everyone is just jealous of her, but no, she's weird. Like he is fat. It's not nice to be mean about it. What you're doing is mean too.
Yeah.
Like, so there was that. That's how women react to a fat man existing, I guess. I don't know. It's also mean. But the other topic in my feed was a picture.
Hold on. Before you go into that, guys do that same fucking thing with ugly chicks, though. They're
yeah,
like,
I don't think it's nice either way.
She's beautiful. And it's like, no, she's not, dude. She's missing a nose.
You should say the truth, which is that was not the highest priority for you, or that, these positive attributes are more important, like whatever it is, or just not say anything, but like to tell, like you don't get to call ugly people pretty and you don't get to call obese men hunks. Like,
yeah. No,
he's morbidly obese. That's mean for you to say what you're saying because it's not going to play out like that in his life. Right. I'm glad that this date went well. I hope he finds love and has a great time or whatever he's seeking. And I think that would be wonderful. But he's not getting the hottest girl in school. Like, he's not going to have women climbing to get like all over him. Like, I'm sorry.
Until he learns to play the guitar, because then
if
all
he
of a
can
sudden
pull off Meatloaf number 2,
yeah,
I will have been completely wrong with everything I just said.
That's the cool thing about guys is Meatloaf.
He's got the face for it.
Meatloaf, what an ugly son of a bitch, but he slayed puss, bro.
Oh, baby, yes.
Like,
but that's again.
Are you serious?
Again, but that's not. But saying Meatloaf is objectively sexually attractive would still be false. You know what I mean? Like, why are you lying?
Well, I just don't understand. Like, women find excuses to just overlook the ugliness of men, which I kind of can relate to because like I also don't want to have sex with men. So
yeah. I don't know.
I don't think anybody does. I don't think anybody wants to have sex with men.
No. Well, except for gay men. For some, that's the thing, is that they, I think, really do. But that's it. Not women.
It's only like really hot guys that want to fuck other hot guys.
Yes. That's it.
I mean, that makes sense. That's a narcissist thing, I think.
Yes. Absolutely.
I should fuck dudes. I'm a narcissist.
You should. You should just go live your life.
Oh, well.
Be your true self. But then the other half of my feed all throughout that same day was like a picture of a woman's stomach like 2 weeks after she had babies or something, like twins or something. And they were like, no man thinks that this is attractive. And it's like, no, they don't. But why are you pointing it out? Like, that's really fucked, dude.
Why did she post that?
She didn't. It was a man posting a stock photo, probably like from a med spa that tightens skin or something. Honestly, I don't know. Like, it was just a picture of a woman's belly.
Yeah, that's gross.
That they had found online. Yeah, that's just really fucked up to do. But anyway, and all the men were like, well, I would forgive it because she had my babies. And it's like, I mean, at least they're being honest. You know what I mean? But still, why are you talking about this online?
Well,
it's really fucked. I hope your wife doesn't see this.
I just don't know why that's the subject of conversation. Like, this gross photo would be something.
Well, there's psychological terrorism against moms is organized. It pops up every now and then.
I like that.
One
I
of
like
two
that.
pictures where they're just like, basically the message is you should be happy with whatever you have because you become disgusting as soon as you have a child,
That is
and
true,
this
though.
is why single moms will never find love. That's the gist behind it.
Okay, I love that because that's
Like
true.
no one will ever love you besides your husband because you
Yep.
are completely disgusting and hideous since having his children.
Abby, I tell you all the time, you're ruined.
Yes, but that's the point,
What, the truth?
I'm getting laser shot at my stomach. In fact, I have an
How's that
appointment
working?
on Monday
How's that
to get a
working?
checkup.
How's that working? Because I told you that seems like a scam.
I mean, it does seem to work.
I hope you got a cool, nice, fucking tight, thin lady body. All right? I really hope that for you because you're my friend.
Thank you. If it doesn't work, I'm out of money.
That being said, I don't think that's how it works. And and when it doesn't work, remember that I told you immediately before you did it. I said, that seems like fake.
Look, I'm telling you right now, if I end up having to get like a tummy tuck to deal with the mom belly,
they're pretty good.
I'm just going all in. I'm just getting a boob job. Like, it's just going to happen.
Well, that's like they're pretty cheap now. But no, the tummy tucks, they look like pretty good these days. And I'm a big proponent of plastic surgery. I always have been. I think it's a good thing.
My stomach is scrunchy because it got stretched out by 3 giant babies. Like, that's literally all it is.
Well, I never said it was your fault.
No.
Yeah,
you did.
I mean, you did get knocked up. You got calmed in. That was people, he threw a batch in you and you just accepted it. Like,
what do you mean just accepted it? There's nothing to do with that.
Well, listen, if you didn't want it, the body has
What was I supposed to do?
I have it on good authority that, the body has a way of shutting that type of thing down.
That is a fucking lie.
Who was that guy? He was a congressman. It was my favorite line. The body has a way of shutting that down.
Seriously, they like think up like, wouldn't that be cool if this exists, and then just be convinced it is true.
No, I forget who that congressman was, but the body has a way of shutting that type of thing down.
No, it doesn't.
Was one of the best. I mean, it's insane. It was the best one since the internet is a series of tubes that I had ever heard. Or the island. Is there a risk that the island will topple? These people are in government. It's crazy. Who was this dude? I want to call him.
Oh my gosh,
out.
you reminded me of
Todd
something.
Aiken.
Okay,
Todd Aiken. It was Todd Aiken.
Todd Aiken.
Yeah,
right.
Todd Aiken. The body has a way of shutting that down.
So I have a story that you reminded me of real quick. So my middle daughter makes up like a language sometimes just for fun with her siblings. She calls it gibberish. Well, she says gibberish. She insists that it's different than just general gibberish.
Okay.
Because it's called whatever. It's beside the point. I think that initially she just didn't know how to pronounce gibberish, but
I admire her for doubling down. And
yes, she's my daughter, all right. But anyway, so she was saying like Aleppo as a word. Aleppo.
And what
like
is
just
Aleppo?
in the middle of a conversation. And anyway, and so my other daughter is like, what does that mean? What does that mean? She's like, I don't know where Aleppo is. I don't know what Aleppo is. And I just died because I was just kind of like, they were what were they? I don't know. They were like right past a doorway from me. I didn't know I was listening. I was just like dying, and I just immediately went and told the story to my husband. Like, I don't know what Aleppo is.
You could be the libertarian candidate. That fucking. And what is Aleppo?
And then they caught me laughing about it, and I had to explain it, and they didn't understand what I was talking about.
You explained Gary Johnson to them?
I did. I was like, okay, so there's this man, okay, and he runs for... Remember I told you about the different parties in America? Like, it was a whole thing.
Yeah, we got a weird one. They're called the Libertarians. I went to a Gary Johnson rally in 2016.
Oh.
It was at like a mall pavilion type thing. Not a lot of people. I mean, decent amount of people, but yeah, it was stupid as fuck. And then I got a picture of me doing the OK sign, which was popular in the 2016 as a pro-Trump symbol, at the podium, because after he left, they were like, "Yeah, go up, take pictures at the podium."
Oh, fun.
But yeah, I'll probably send it to you. But yeah, I was way skinnier then. Doing one of the OK signs.
You were very skinny at one point in time. You were just so tiny, and like you were just like I could just pick you up and put you in a box. Sorry for bumping the mic.
Now you need a way bigger fucking box for that.
Very wide.
Yeah.
Wide. Get a rectangle.
I mean,
because you didn't get taller, you just kind of went outward.
It's just I didn't even go outward. I went frontward.
It's not even proportional.
Yeah, just fucking, the alcohol caught up to me. But
do it.
We are at an hour, and it this is coming out the day after Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
But we've got a big reveal.
We do. We have a big reveal.
The Twitter.
Okay.
I was gonna fucking send you a card. I never sent you the gift I got you.
That's fine.
Whatever. I'm going to do that, obviously, because I don't need a really ugly wallet. But
I like it. Whatever.
I know you like it. I know you like it. I saw it and I was like, oh well, who would like this? The dumbest person I know. But I think it's fucking hideous. But that's fine. That's why I'm a good friend.
Who were you on Twitter?
Dun 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 dun.
Come on.
I never made any accounts ever.
I knew it! I fucking knew it! Roscoe was right all along! I hate you so much! That's what they get rolling me.
I never.
Do you know how many women I called out? I have enemies. I have enemies now. There are 2 episodes of this podcast talking about that hamburger.
I never made any. Yeah, I never made it. And then when Roscoe said that, I texted him and was like, "What the fuck, dude? Don't call me out." And he was like, "I thought it was helping you." And then Roscoe has known about it. His wife, John.
She knew? No.
Oh, yeah.
You're telling me Princess knew.
She knew.
Princess?
Yep, she knew.
Was joking on Twitter the other day about how, a fist fight would fix her. Well, I'm going to fix you, bitch.
Yeah, she knew. John knew. Mr. Cass knew. Yeah.
John knew?
Yeah, John knew. Yeah. Yeah, we got, it was against you. I could have gone harder. I could have tried to conspire better, but I didn't. But yeah, all of them knew.
They all betrayed me.
Yeah, they all knew. Yeah, it was, and they were like, "This is funny." So yeah, I never made any accounts ever.
No, but that's fine, because that would have been fine. I expected that. That's what I assumed.
I made
right?
up clues. Yep.
I know you do. They were nonsense. I knew that the clues were just made up, pulled out of your ass.
Yeah, I just made it up. Yeah, I just never made any accounts.
But the
when I came up with the idea,
betrayed me.
Oh, they did. Yeah, because they're my friends, not your friends. I made when I
she
came
was
up
helping me investigate.
Yeah,
Princess.
Yeah. That was a bit. Yeah, you were getting got. Yeah, it's not real. It was never real. So. Yeah, I should have put more. I got lazy and I didn't put as much time into it. But then randomly I would get drunk and I'm like, let's stoke some flames a little. Yep. It was totally fake the entire time.
So what you didn't do that you should have done though, since you had all these people in on it. Okay, this is where you
just
failed,
barely.
where you missed an opportunity. Is you should have, and at least John would have done this. Roscoe definitely would have done this. You should have made them post as if they were you a couple times to screw with me.
See, I did literally even just this morning talk to Mr. Cask. I was like, today's the big reveal. Can you? I was thinking I would have like a picture of me with like a timestamp and have John post it on her account because then I said stuff. Which would have been good, but I don't know. They're busy fucking or whatever they do. But playing fucking Final Fantasy. I don't know what they do all with their days. But yeah, should have done it. But the ideal was going to be to have somebody on standby to say, I am like John's account, take a picture, text it to him, and have him post it on the Twitter. And then 5 minutes later go, huzzah, you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the bit got a little old. But yes, no, I never did.
It went on a little long, yeah.
I never did. I never made any of those. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Just be happy I didn't give you I was looking at like cards, and then I was like, okay, if I use Scotch tape and I fill like a little pocket with glitter, how much strength do they need to open it to where the glitter falls in the lap? But it was just gonna say I never made any accounts, dumbass.
Yeah.
But
that would have been fun.
Yeah, but
it's a lot of work.
So I mean,
you're lazy.
Well, it's not lazy. I'm busy man, working on great songs.
Not checking the tech last week before,
Well, we don't like
recording.
to talk about that.
No, I think we do. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Except for the traitors, the great betrayers.
You
Judas.
did get got.
Judas! I hope you like it. He probably didn't even give you any silver.
That's true. I didn't give a shit. They just did it. They just did
What
it
I'm saying is, this man is Satan.
Yeah.
Or Jews. I'm not sure.
You're equating the two?
No! No. The point is,
be careful.
They're Judases.
Judai.
They're Judai. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Have a great week, secure in the knowledge that we are with you. And we're the only ones you can trust are here to help.
Yeah, but you can't trust anybody, huh?
No.